go show them the water. Let's go show them a beautiful shot of the water. We're almost there.
Bingo is scarfing.
Yeah, you're a cute one. I think he's pretty photogenic.
Ollie, I got about a year and a half ago. About 7, 8 months ago, a friend of mine ended up with 3 cats and begged me to get rid of, or to take 2. He was getting rid of them, but so I couldn't let them go to the pound. They were so cute, and so I took him to have his little thing up here. Come on, Molly.
This is Bingo. She is about a year and a half old. We got her last year and she was on the kill list at the shelter. And when you touched her, all you felt were bones under her skin. However, she has grown significantly, as you can see. And she catches birds sometimes, but is a very good mouser. Tribble was our first cat that we got from the shelter. She's 3 now, and she's still petite and beautiful, and both cats are not really lap cats. They're both in and out cats, and they do whatever they want.
We talked about wanting a dog, but it was very like, well, are we ready for a dog? And
The apartment's small.
The apartment's small, and we've never had a pet together. And Jason went away to Santa Fe for the weekend, and while he's gone, our friends are like, you should really take this dog. And they brought this tiny, beautiful, adorable Pomeranian that ran around and around my shop, and of course you can't see him and not fall in love with him. So of course I wanted him to be Jason's surprise birthday present.
I got Bailey from the Humane Society. When we went in, she was sitting in her little cage and she saw me and ran and grabbed her blanket and stared at me the whole time. It was like she was ready to go home, And then we went walking through the other little rooms, looking at the dogs, and I always had her on my mind because she was so cute, and we came back in the little room and where her kennels were, and she was still sitting there with her little blanket just waiting for me to come back. They told us when we decided to take her that we'd bring her back because she was so wild and stuff, and that night we were sitting there going, what the heck did we do? Because it was true. BJ's story is we found her on the ditch bank, and I tried to get rid of her for about 2 weeks. Rich finally said, you need to name your dog.
They're my best friends. It's hard to describe my relationship with them. They own me as much as I own them.
Bailey! Right, oh God, come here. She's gonna go through the tunnel. Bailey, she's going through the tunnel. Want you to go in? Come on. Come here, stay, BJ, no.
Come on,
Bailey, get over here. Hey, you're not going to go back in the water. She said, woo, swimming. I wanted to keep him clean for at least a week.
He's vicious, yes.
You want it? Sit.
Go get it.
Whoa. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Sit.
Okay.
When you pet your pet, it's very much like playing with your baby in that it reduces the amount of cortisol in your system and calms you down and makes you happy. Right. I'm an independent kitty.
If you really pay attention to an animal and watch what it's doing and touch it and things, it takes you totally out of yourself. You're focused on another living creature that is not making demands of you other than feed me, let me out, but it's so less complicated than human interaction that you lose yourself in being with a living thing. You end up looking at the world in a different way too if you're paying attention to the world that the creature sees. And I enjoy that.
Well, having grown up without any animals whatsoever, and then having him come into my life has dramatically changed the way kind of I see myself and how I am kind of in the world and with my peers and environment. Like, I get excited when I get home every day. Of course I get excited to see Molly. Of course I do. And I also get excited to see him. He's like always happy, and you know, he's just he's so joyful, and it's so I don't know how best to explain it. It's just that I love him so much.
What are you doing?
Guess so. We would have been doing the same thing anyway. Just without filming.